Now, I'm not usually one to get distracted, but when there's rubber ducks in my water, it's kinda hard not to. They look way too inviting over here and way too cute. I mean, look at these guys. Look at how well they sit in this water with the little rubber floaties and the pool floaties and everything. Oh, they look so good. All credit goes to Mumbo for these guys, by the way, in their Hermitcraft episodes. Absolutely amazing. I love how these guys look. They look so derpy over here. Anyway, fancy seeing you guys here, huh? Well, what this is episode 1 of basically Minecraft. Now, I have a lot to explain. I know, I understand. I will get to it in a minute. But the first thing I want to discuss is why I haven't uploaded yet on the server and why I have made so much progress without having made one episode. Now, the reason for that is when I started this SMP, it was because I started it to just kind of have fun and just play on it whenever I wanted. Now, I understand recently that probably wasn't the best idea because now I have ended up with netherite, I've got elytra, I've got rockets, I've got an entire base over here, and it looks really, really strange starting episode 1. But the reason that mostly that I did this was because I think that mining for netherite on camera is a little bit boring. I think mining for diamonds is a little bit boring. It just doesn't really make good content for me, and I want these episodes to be as fun and enjoyable as they possibly can. So, that was a lot of words to cram in. I'll give you a second to process that. But yeah, we got first episode going over here, and I've got some fun stuff planned for today. But before we get to anything, I feel like I need to explain what basically Minecraft is. Now, basically Minecraft is an SMP server created by Fozzen himself. Now, what he has done is basically invited lots of different creators from all different places to come and play on the same server and all have a good time. Now, you can see behind me, I've kind of worked on my base a little bit, and I've also worked on the base over there as well. So we've made some progress. We've got a big project coming up here as well. But yeah, we've got the different server members in the description down below if you want to check out any of those. But what you're here for today is my first episode. So let's get started on that, shall we? So, my plan for this area, this is my base almost, my plan is to make a big kind of Palm Springs, kind of Roman/Egyptian sand style build. And you can see that I've started it off over here with these Palm Springs. It looks really, really nice. We've got nice kind of steam coming out of the waters, making it look like really hot and tropical. And then we've got our first building over here, which looks really, really good over here with the brick and the sandstone. So, my plan for this episode is to kind of expand this area a little bit. Now, by expand, I mean lay out some kind of foundations and kind of plan out what I want and where I want it. Because over here we've got a castle that is going in this space over here. And what I want to do is make some more plans for buildings but not obstruct that space. So I've got some wool on me here, I've got some more wool in the shulker. And what I'm going to do is just lay out some plans of where I want things. So, I think... By the way, guys, if you've not seen this before, there's a bug with squids at the moment where they kind of fly in the sky if they go on soul sand. Now, there is soul sand in there, and that's why they're going up. So, if you ever see some flying squid in the background, it's because it's magic water. Okay, this water is magic, and it sends squids into the sky. That's what it does. So, you're gonna have to get used to that. But flying squids aside, we have got some terraforming I want to do first. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of get some sand and just start building up an area whilst I talk to you guys, because I do feel like I need to explain some things to you guys before we get started properly on the episode. What I'm going to do is just terraform a little bit over here just to make this sand look a little bit nicer, because there is a big hole over here and I don't like how it looks. So we're going to fix that now. And there we have it. It looks a little bit nicer up here. We've got some space to work with as well when we want to put some stuff up here. So, let's get started. The first thing I want to do is I want to make some plans over this area. So, you can see we've got the path going down this way. And the thing I want to do first is I want to make some plans here. So, I think I'm just going to lay out some wool, I think, of where I'd like some things. Now, before we do anything over here, I want to make sure that I have a plan for this area. Because over here we have a sheep farm. Now, this sheep farm, I'm going to put some wool around because I want to have a building that does actually function as a wool farm. So let's get started on that. So the first thing I'm going to do is just clear a little bit of an area here because I don't want to be working with too much sand. There we go. Now that we've got a bit of a perimeter going over here, I've left a bit of space over this end because this end is going to be kind of where the shop is. You're going to walk in from this bit and you're going to have like loads of chests in front of you, and hopefully we might even be able to get these kind of linked up so that when you walk in here, you'll just have a wall of chests that you can pick from, and it does it all automatically, and it saves me going down into the basement and picking it up and putting it all up here and sorting it out. I might try and get that sorted. I don't know how that's going to go, but yeah, we can definitely give that a try. So that's going to be the wool farm. The next thing I want to do is I want to come back over this end, and I want to lay some more foundations over here. So I want to start work over here, but one thing I've got to be wary of is the castle. So you can see this pillar over here is going to be where the castle is going to come out. Now this castle is going to go from here, it's going to go to here, and it's going to wrap around. It's kind of going to go into that mountain a little bit, which we're going to have to get rid of. So I don't want to obstruct that too much. And over here, we don't actually have as much space to work with as I thought we did. But I think I can firmly put a building right here where I'm standing. So let's get some wool, and let's kind of lay out a bit of a perimeter over here. I think I'm going to use the kind of different purple. I don't want to use the same color as I did over there. I think that will look a little bit strange. So yeah, let's lay out a perimeter over here. So the kind of building I want here is another building like this, which is going to have probably the blue roof. It's just going to look pretty similar to this, just a different shape. So the shape I want, I think we could have a kind of wall going this way like this, and then kind of make it go down from here. We're going to have it go all the way down past these bushes. I've actually put way too many bushes in here, I think. There's quite a lot over here. But yeah, we're going to make this go all the way down like this. And then, seeing as we've got space over here, I think I might make it go here and then kind of have like a angled roof, maybe. Actually, no. I think if I angle it differently, there's a really good way of making angles, and I'll show you that now, right? So I'm gonna angle it. I want to have like a curved glass roof or curved glass wall going this way. And the way that I do that is I go 2 blocks, 1 block, and then 2, and then you can see over here we've got a nice corner here. The thing that I do, though, when you've got a little bit more space, I think, is you can potentially go 3, and then 2, 1, and then 2, 3 again, which can have a little bit more space. But we haven't actually got that much space going for this way, so I think I'm just going to settle with going like this. We're going to kind of bring it out here, and then maybe corner it off about here, and then kind of make it go this way a little bit more. I've actually run out of magenta wool. That's really annoying. We're going to have to go back and get more. There we go. We have a little bit more. Okay, so we've got to even this out again. We're going to make it go this way. I don't want it square, though, so I think I'm going to kind of make it go out here a little bit, like this, and then have it go this way, and then maybe link it up just over here, like this. Maybe like this, actually. Have it like that. It's quite a nice shape, I think. This is quite an odd shape for a building, but I think we can definitely make this work. We can definitely make this work. Okay, so that's shape 1. I think we should probably get to work on some more shapes. I think we're going to need a different colour of wool again. I didn't bring much wool. I probably should have got a little bit more than this, I think. So, just keep getting a little bit of an aerial view. Where else can we build? Maybe here, I think. Or maybe up here. Yes, I think we can go up here. This is going to look really, really cool. So let's flatten out this area and let's get a building plotted up here. There we go. Now I've got a bit of space up here. So the thing I want to do with this area is, because it's on a hill, I think I might have a kind of tower going up a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. So potentially if we have, maybe this kind of sticks out a little bit, like this front area, kind of like this, and then we can maybe flatten it out again like this. Oh, I didn't mean to put that one just there. And then maybe have it go like this. I think could look really, really good. And then we'll kind of just, again, flatten it out. I think we're going to make this pretty flat at the back. I don't want to have too many different kind of edges and things going on over there. So I think we'll just do this like that. I think that looks pretty good. We've got a bit more space to work with now. One thing I'm really trying to do with these builds a little bit more is I'm trying not to have too many of these kind of square, flat edges. Because I think with these builds, especially, let me go show you this one over here. I just want to explain this quickly. The thing with this building is if you have too many flat edges, then you end up with quite flat looking walls, and you end up with this, and it looks really, really weird because you don't get depth, you don't get these different types of textures, and it just looks really, really strange when you have flat walls. So you can see over here, when I was designing this, I wanted this bit to be just a wall, but I decided in the end to push this wall back a bit instead of having it meet up here, and that creates this effect of you've got this hole just to put like hay or something, or you can put anything in there. It just creates that effect that you've got a little bit more depth to it, and it looks really, really good. The other thing you get with this is you end up having a walkway and a hallway going like this to the outside, and you also end up with a little bit of space in here so that you've got some space on the inside to work with if you want to have something in there. Now, my plan for this interior is up in arms at the moment. I don't really know where I want everything. It's a real mess in here because there's just blocks, like there's spaces, there's holes, there's different cubbies, everything. It's just a massive mess. So we're going to need to sort that out eventually. I think we might get to it in this episode. I'm not too sure. But anyway, back to up here. The thing is with this area is I want to have this building, because it's on a hill, I kind of want it to stick out a little bit. Kind of you know, show off a little bit, you know. I want to have it peeking up over the hill instead of just, yeah, again, you're going to need to get used to this. I want to have it poke up, have like a tower almost going upwards from there. So I think that's what I'm going to design in a creative world. But yeah, again, I think we can plan out one more build and then we'll get to some designing, because I do want to have some builds done for this episode. And I think the next area we could be designing for is just this space over here. This is another area I want to be working with, although, having said that, if I build over here, it's not going to be seen until a little bit later, so maybe we leave that for now. Anyway, so I've been looking around a little bit for what I want to have done, and I think what I want to do next is I want to have this kind of extended a little bit. I want to know what I want to do with this area because I'm kind of unsure at the moment. I was a little bit skeptical of where to put this because of where the castle was going to go, and I didn't really want to have this in too many places. I didn't want it to go too far, but also I think this path could use a little bit of work. It doesn't really look deep enough, I feel like. It's kind of flat. Even with these stairs going on over here, it still looks quite flat. So I might even end up tearing this up and putting it somewhere else or something. But yeah, that's kind of been my thought process. The other thing I wanted to do was come back over here, and I actually did want to start getting some progress done on one of these buildings. Now, which building I do, I don't know. I think getting this wool shop up and functional could be really, really good. So I've got two options, right? I either make the exterior for this building and potentially the interior as well. I could do both. Because I think I might, in fact, if I've got any more of that wool on me, I do. I think I might even separate this area a little bit. So I think I'm going to do this because I do want to make sure that I end up separating that and I don't forget to do that. Because I want to have it so that you walk in this area like this. If I get rid of this, let's say this is the door. I want it to be that you walk in and there's like a shop counter here, and then you've got like barrels over here maybe with like a staff exit or something, I don't know. And then you've got kind of the staff only area, which is back here, which is just kind of, I guess, refueling these guys with shears and things, because these guys, this does go through shears quite quickly, surprisingly, although these have a lot of durability. Not a lot of these have gone yet. But yeah, I do want to make sure these are definitely stocked. So yeah, that's what the plan's going to be for here. We're gonna have a nice staff area over there. But yeah, I was stuck between doing that, or we could interior this building we have over here, because this one does need a little bit of attention as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go maybe get some interior design going over here. Like I guess I can walk you guys through my thought process of doing this, because I do want to do that, because we've got a bit of a weird shape to get started with. We've also got a bit of a weird wall, as I said earlier. We've ended up with some really, really strange. If I just make some sandstone quickly, I guess I can patch some of the holes up. We end up with some really, really rigid corners that look really strange. So I'm gonna just give me that. We're gonna put these blocks back and make it look a little bit more even, I guess, like this. Wrong colors, but again, I guess we're gonna do some different walls once we get into the design of this build. So we're over in the test world, and you can see here, this is the build that I originally had done. I put this water mill on it on the side because I thought that it was going to be near the water. But as it turns out, we actually had it oh my god, we had it a little bit further up than we intended. So we're not actually going to have this water mill be any functional to it. We're going to use this eventually though. We're going to have that in a build sometime soon. But as you can see here again, we didn't really interior this building. Again, we kind of just had it like this in the survival world as well. What I have done though is I have got together a build which was kind of inspired off the castle. If you haven't seen already, this is the castle that we're going to be building in survival. So that's it over there. I can give you a little bit of a small tour a little bit later. But yeah, what I started over here was I wanted a building that was kind of inspired off of what this looks like with the roofs and things. And you can see I've kind of bought that almost over here, just a little bit smaller. And this is exactly what we came up with. And the reason we're here today is because this has an interior. And what I'm going to do is kind of steal some of the interior design from this building and move it over. So I think that's what we're going to do now. So I'm kind of coming over here just to see what I'm working with, because I do want to have some of this stuff being moved over into the other building I showed you just earlier. And one thing I particularly like is this thing over here, which I made, which is really, really nice, because what it acts as is you walk into this building and you get a kind of like lampshade almost, like a kind of a light chandelier, I guess is the word. And then you come up here up the stairs, and it serves as a storage area, because it's kind of like a thing you can stand up here. You know, it's kind of like I don't know what the word is. Oh, I didn't mean to break that. I thought I was in survival. Yeah, it's kind of a storage area that you can just put stuff in, and I really like that, especially from a survival aspect. So yeah, I think we're going to copy that. We're going to copy the kitchen over, because I really like this cooker design as well. We're also potentially going to copy some of the bedroom designs, because we have a bedroom up here, believe it or not. Although it is pretty bog standard and basic, we're probably going to end up copying this over as well. So, and yeah, I think that's what we're going to get to just now. Okay, so I've been testing around a little bit in here, and you can see I've made some progress in here. I made the kitchen. This took a long time. I had to try and find some themes that worked. The problem I have at the moment is that it's really hard to have a ceiling that works because of the low build height, but also these walls are still the walls that are on the outside, so I end up with the brick colours on the back, which I'm not 100% on actually. But I think for this kitchen it works quite nicely, and the same over here, it works quite nicely with this wood, it contrasts quite well. But yeah, I've kind of been exploring a little bit with some different themes, some different colours, especially using these carpets to try and hide some light sources, although I've kind of used these lanterns up here. So I'll take you through each room. So this is the kitchen over here. This bit was already done when I showed you earlier. This is a kitchen. You kind of walk in and you end up with a kitchen area. You've got a very nice table in the middle. I tried fitting in the hanging table that we had in the middle, but it didn't really work because there's not really high enough ceilings for this. So I ended up with the normal table. We've got smokers, we've got some storage, we've got brewing stands because they look really good. They kind of look like blenders almost. It looks really, really weird, but they do fit quite nicely. So yeah, that's what we've kind of ended up with the kitchen, as you can tell as well. I think we hid some light sources under here as well, just for that extra bit of light. In here we've got the storage room. This is pretty basic. This was actually the last thing I did, so I made it look a little bit more normal. These trapdoors up here actually aren't intentional. I had to hide these because there were some different color patterns up here, so I had to hide it like that. And then I had to just kind of do it all the way around because it looked a little bit weird doing it only on that side. So I did it all the way around. And then we come over here. This is the other bit that I've done. I'll close that quickly. I'll show you that in a minute. Yeah, this is the other thing I've done is made the hallway and the stairs going up. So this hallway looks really, really good because I've got one wall out of this and then one wall out of the regular wood. Looks really good when you contrast it with the floor. The other issue I had was the ceiling. I couldn't really find a good colour for this ceiling, but I think a diorite works. There's a lot of buildings that I go in, especially in the UK, that have got this kind of white colour ceiling with the kind of textured paint almost. I think diorite captures that really, really well as contrasting really well with these walls. Singular paintings, as always. I kind of prefer these on walls. It looks a little bit better than the longer ones, I think, the wide ones. And then over here as well, this is a design that was in one of Scar's builds in Hermitcraft. We've got the banners as well as the beds. These beds are a little bit dangerous though. It's actually nighttime. No, it's not. When you sleep in these beds, you actually do spawn behind here, so you kind of have to work your way out of there. But yeah, that looks really, really good. With these kind of seats going on here, makes it look a little bit more cozy as well as with the red carpet. And again, more hidden light sources, just make it a little bit easier to kind of like navigate your way around here. This room is the living room. I wasn't really too sure what to do with this, but this is something I wanted to talk about. I've kind of been experimenting a little bit with different themes for rooms. So this theme is kind of like red, old, kind of like old style house with the coloured wood and the like kind of dark colours with the red, because dark wood works really well with red. And then in here we've got kind of a more light, upbeat kind of room. This room originally didn't have many windows, and I had to put kind of like some holes in the wall to have some more windows in here. And I think this works really, really well because you can see this room's a little bit darker, although it has still got light in it. This room has got a lot of natural light. There's not a lot of lanterns or anything in here. Most of the light coming in is actually just natural light, which makes it look really good. I'm still debating on hiding these. I guess I could potentially... Let's see what this looks like. If I put some trapdoors up here, maybe we can hide this like we did in the other room. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I like that. I actually do like that, so we'll keep that. But yeah, this is the other thing I was experimenting. Different colour themes. So again, we've got the light colours with the basalt floor. Looks really good, I think, once you do it like that. Okay, the last thing I wanted to show you was this this top bit up here. I made a little bit of progress up here. I kind of flattened out the area a little bit. So this side has been done a little bit flatter than it usually is. Is that a hole up there? No, it's not. Okay. And then this area we still need to work on because there's actually a hole here from the back and there's still this space over here. So yeah, we need to decide what we want to do with the roof of this thing as well as light it up, because otherwise we're going to get lots of mobs spawning in here. So I'll get some torches quickly just to save that happening. I don't know what I did with my my shulkers. I think here. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I'll get some torches and I'll light that place up. I'll be back. Okay, so I finished a little bit of work up here. You can see I've lit it up a little bit, lit it up a little bit. I've also divided the upstairs into rooms. I think would look really, really good. So what I've done up here is I think this is going to be the master bedroom because we've got these big lights, a big light. Oh my god, I can't speak. Big windows up here. I guess it is big light, but big windows going on up here. I think we can make this a high ceiling as well potentially if we neaten out this bit as well. We can have a walk-in wardrobe over here potentially. I think this can be made of floor, so we should be fine just here. And then over here we have a smaller room. This is going to be a lot smaller than usual. We could just make this a storage room, to be honest. I'll kind of see what I do with this area. And then up here I was going to have just one big room, but I think that this bit in the middle, separating it, actually makes it a bit better. Because when you look on the outside, this house is quite big, and I think that having a three-bedroom house would have been a little bit silly for the size of this house. So I thought I'd divide it down into 4. Let me just fly out quickly. I just want to double check because I don't want to be kind of second guessing what I'm doing a little bit. If I saw this, I would definitely think more than a 3-bedroom. I think so. Yeah, I'm glad I've got a kind of theme going on here. So I think it's time we get started again on this top layer. I guess I'll come back when I've got some progress down. Okay, so I'm on the test world. I've got the build in front of me. Obviously, it doesn't look exactly the same. We did make some changes in the survival world. We don't have the big mill on the side. But the inside is completely unfinished, apart from this bit up here, which I have actually finished up here. So I made a floor of roughly what we're going to have in the actual house in the survival world. And I came over here, and I kind of tried to get a design for this one. I might do these ones soon as well. The thing is with this one is I feel like if I get my wool back, and I should make a bit of a divide here as well. So this is what the rooms are kind of look like. I feel like these rooms are going to be a lot easier to make because this is obviously like a 3x4 space. So this should be a lot easier, and I think that this one will be a lot easier. But I was really struggling with how to use kind of this light properly because there is a little bit more natural light than we're going to have potentially in the other ones. You can see this one doesn't even have any windows, which you might actually have to end up changing. But yeah, this one just had a lot of natural light, and I didn't want to make it go to waste. So what I've done is I've got some bookshelves, I've got lecterns, we've got an armor stand. I managed to put the 2 beds in here. I might even put some scaffolding to make up like a table in the middle. I'd love to use beehives. Beehives is another one I like using because what you can do with beehives is if I need to get an item frame and I need a sign. So the thing with beehives, you can place them like this, and then they end up with this kind of bit on the front. And it looks really, really much like a chest of drawers almost. And you can get a slab like that and kind of turn it upside down. And it can look pretty good. If you kind of hide the item frame, it looks a little bit better. But invisible, I don't know if that works. Okay, so I can't actually do trigger if invisible doesn't work, even though I did spell it wrong. I don't think it works on this one. So yeah, what I would usually do is make that item frame invisible, and it looks really good like that. But beehives are a massive pain to get because you need honeycomb, and my bee farm is a little weird. So we might just end up doing like a couple of these around, maybe one there instead. Kind of make it look like that. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to go with. Now we just got to move this into the survival world. Okay, so we've moved this over into the survival world. You can see here it looks almost exactly the same as it did in that creative clip. So yeah, up here we've got the lanterns again. They're a different color because I didn't want to get soul lanterns because they're a bit of a pain to get. I think we've got the exact same color beds, I think, from the last clip. I'll have to double check. But again, yeah, basically this looks exactly the same, and I'm really happy with how this looks. However, the same can't be said for up here. I've not finished any of this yet, and I'm still unsure with what I want to do with this space. I might end up just blocking it off and lighting it up so we don't get any mobs. But yeah, I'll have to see what we do over there. Although I am very wary of time because this episode has kind of been a little bit long for my standards. I don't expect it to get 22 minutes plus. I think we're at now. So I don't really want to have it too long. So the last thing I'm going to do just before I end up over here, I think next episode, we're going to get this completely finished. So we're going to get that completely done. Interior is going to be completely finished in this building. And then we're also going to start either this one or this one. Now that's going to be the question. I'm going to probably put it down to the guys on the Discord server with which one they want to get done first. So if you want to join my Discord, then please do look at the link in the description down below, because they will be voting on which one I do next, as I'm very curious to see what everyone thinks of which two they would like to be done. Anyway, let's head over to the shopping district, or what is meant to be the shopping district as of now, and let's go check some profits. So, for those who don't know, we own a redstone shop over here in the shopping district. Now, there is not much of it, I will admit, because this is from my old kind of base design, so it does look a little bit off compared to what I'm building at the moment. However, this is our truck. Now, if I go over here, you can see all the items we have for stock. We have all the types of stone. We have cobblestone, regular stone, andesite, all that jazz. And over here, we've got all the redstone components, which I thought I would get stocked soon. So we're just going to check some profits. No torches. We could get some hoppers over here. That's good. I'll just pick up these. What else have we got? Comparators. No comparators yet. Lapis again. We have a strangely large amount of lapis. It's really strange. Yeah, it's really weird how much of this we have. I guess it just... No one really wants lapis, I guess. Oh, we have observers. These always do good. I actually am doing a pretty hefty price here, though. 2 diamonds for 32. That is quite a bit. What else have we got? Sticky pistons. Oh, sticky pistons have gone as well. It's quite a lot of gone. Let's check over here at the stone. We've got cobblestone, no cobblestone yet. I actually have been taking cobblestone from my own pile, so that might be why we're not getting any sales over here. Got stone, I've been taking again from my own stone, so this is why this is gone. Andesite is gone as well. Andesite seems to be quite a popular one. What else have we got? Granite again. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And we've got diorite. Okay, so it seems like people seem to really like these observers, so I might have to restock these sometime soon. So let's make this into block. Oh, we actually have exactly enough for 3 more blocks. And then we have 2 spare. So that's let's go there. Let's get our wallet. Put that back. Okay, so yeah, it's been pretty good. There is a new shop just over around the corner that has actually been put up, I think, fairly recently. It's just over there. I'm not going to spoil anything, though. I believe that is Fortin's. If you want to go and see how he built that, then go and look at Fortin's video. I'm sure he'll have one uploaded soon on his channel. But anyway, guys, because I'm cautious of time, that's going to have to be the it. That's going to have to be the it. Oh my god. That is going to have to be the end for this episode. So thank you all very much for watching. This has been the first episode of Basically Minecraft. I do hope you stick around, because we have got a lot more stuff that I want to get done soon. We have got a massive project coming up very, very soon, and I don't want any of you to miss it. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Like the video if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.